So it turns out that students, cities, faculty, universities, they're kind of all desperate for the same thing. They want to make a difference. They want to address some of society's most critical issues, especially around sustainability, climate change, and so forth. And they want to do it now, and they want the university to actually be part of the solution. A lot of faculty now, they're not just interested in being in their own ivory tower. They want to do something with the knowledge that they have, with the passions that they have to make a difference. And it turns out that cities are in the same boat, that they know that they have to do things differently. There's changes in the demographic preferences of how and where people want to live, the type of lifestyles they want to have. The strain on economic resources has increased. And so cities are actually desperate for new ideas and fresh thinking and new knowledge of best practices of what's happening around the world. And what is the latest research saying about things that they can do differently, from policy to design to transportation. And so we have these cities that are desperate for new information, and we have students and faculty at a university that are kind of desperate to apply their knowledge to make a difference. And so matching all those things together is something that the University of Oregon is doing. On the student side, we love to engage and challenge students to put their talent, their energy, their idealism into action, and not just to keep their dreams inside the walls of the university, but to actually put it outside the walls. So one particular project that's been really fun was there's a group of students that are part of a student group here at the University of Oregon called Live Move. And this is a group of students from different disciplines. They're interested in transportation, walking, biking, transit, that type of thing, and how cities are designed. And when the capstone development was being proposed and being built in Eugene, this is the 1,200 person apartments downtown Eugene on 13th, they realized that there's all these students going to move in on the 13th and come to the campus, and many of them would probably come by bike, because it's about a mile, so it might be a little too far to walk. They're not going to drive because that'd be silly. And then transit would be an option, but probably biking would be a really efficient way for most. And these students realized that 13th is one way into campus, and it's a great way to bike, but for students returning home, there is no direct way with the same level of comfort. And so there had been some conversations in the community among city staff sort of acknowledging this issue and trying to work on it. But this group of students decided to take it on their own time, without academic credit, without pay, to research this corridor and to come up with an evidence-based design for 13th to make it comfortable, safe, and direct for people to be able to get from campus to downtown. So they spent a whole year researching the corridor. They watched and observed people on bike when they were leaving campus, how they got to downtown when they got to 13th. And it turns out that about 40% of people on bike continue westbound on 13th, even though it's a one-way street the other way. So 40% either go on the sidewalk, or the wrong way in the bike lane, or the wrong way in the travel lane, which obviously is not preferable or comfortable for anyone, but they were expressing a desire to go that way. The students looked at parking on street, on side streets, a whole bunch of things, and came up with an evidence-based redesign of 13th to mimic the design of Alder Street, with two-way bikeway, with a buffer or physical barrier between the bike lane and where the cars move. And they put their report out into the public domain about a year ago in June 2013. And about a month after the students did that, the local citizens, Susan and John Miner, wrote to the mayor and said that they loved the student idea so much that they would personally pledge $150,000 to make the project happen. Their son had died in a bicycle accident at 13th and Willamette, and they felt that this was a way to improve the infrastructure for all users in the community, and also a way to honor their son. And after they did that, then it went into a public process through the city. There was 3 public meetings over the last year talking about different ways to connect downtown and the university. And there was an overwhelming consensus across all those 3 meetings that to create a 2-way separated bikeway, a family-friendly bikeway that connects the university and downtown, would just be a tremendous asset to all in the community. And so hopefully that's moving forward with being built in 2016.